Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase. Okay, last episode we slapped down the rocket silo facility. That's where they are, slightly strange place, but there we go. And we connected up the LDS. The next one we need to connect up, I guess, is the silo rocket control unit, which will be this one here. So to do that, well, I might just jump on board. We're probably going to need more of our rail fairly soon, but what we're going to do first of all is put our bots on. Get rid of this curve here because it's not going in the direction we need, and then we will swap back. The actual direction that we want to go is basically down here. Now I just want to be sure, whoops, before I commit to this, that it is going to successfully navigate without needing, and that's exactly why I did that. It's obviously not going to, so let's not do that. Let's instead come down to about here, and we'll just drive along this path instead. Well, no we won't. Alright, we are going to have to do something like this, and I guess that's fine. Okay, so that'll get us past the, and this thing here will probably have to cross over at some point at any rate. Let's stop about there. I don't think there's any rail on board that thing, so when we run out of rail we'll probably just have to come back. Oh, pay attention. Okay, so where do we need to go? We basically can follow this one to some extent. That's actually a return line. I mean, ideally this one should actually be above, probably. And just a minute. And to resume. Okay, so rocks, of course, always rocks. You don't need them. We wanted to head down, didn't we? Yes, yes we did. Okay, we may as well do that more or less now. Oh, I've still got slow legs on. Let's swap that back. So I guess all of the rocket control unit trains can share this line. There's no point. They're all going to one destination at the other end, so they can line up and just come straight down. That should be fine. What I might do down here is just to make it sort of a little bit more logical and sensible. And by down here, I mean this bit here. pushing the wrong button. What I basically want to do here is the returns ideally should come above the I'm not being very clear, am I? So I want the if this, so that's actually a heading out, coming back, isn't it? So in actual fact I want to go below that one and be down here. And we probably want to push this up for both of them, ideally. Yeah. Or do I not care and just cross? I'm going to have to cross 2 regardless. I suppose I could just not care for the moment. My limited OCD might get the better of me at some point, and I might come back and adjust this, but for now I don't even need to do that. He's got nowhere to put that stuff, so that's just awesome. Yeah, don't come and collect this. You guys don't have a means to get rid of it, whereas I do. There we go. We are rapidly running out of rail here. So what we're going to need to do is cut through this one and then drop along. I think that would be the best location to do it. That is over here, right. Might just go one more. Nope, too far. In fact, what I might do is run it back from over here. Might just be a little bit easier to line it up, just to minimize the number of bends. There's no point having bends in the rail if you don't really need to, and of course we have run out of rail, so we need to run back to our plane and then go and get some more. I don't really need 200 of those just now. Let's get 2,000. Where of course did we leave our plane? I think it was sort of up this way, wasn't it? Yeah, it's up there. Planes unfortunately are not particularly good for laying down track. We are going to need a separate return track because ultimately there'll be up to 5 rocket control unit trains that are around, so we do need quite a bit of the rail. So let's head back and get that. What else are we ordering that I don't really need? I don't really need those guys. I don't need all of this. I mean, I might need them later, but I don't need them right now. Let's make that 2,500 because we are needing quite a lot of rail. Get rid of some of those. We don't really need the oil just at this time. I do need to do something about the coal that's ended up in storage here. That's basically from the solar train dumping coal off, and it's not really being used anywhere, so we kind of need to do something about that. This is awkward, isn't it? How are we going up here? We are actually using some of the resources of this train. That's good. We have plenty of resources there. No reason we couldn't actually just use these ones though. How are we doing? We're very close to finishing off yet another row. What row is that? 130, 13. So we're in the 14th row. We've got our stuff, so let's go. 14th row of the second column. I guess we're going to need something like 9 columns in all if we keep to the same format. Right, here we go. Oh, and up here. So this train is coming through in this direction. I think this one is coming through in that direction. And we can have a one of those signals on that side. So the question really is, where do we come out? Do we try and follow the inside line, which just means we have to come out here? Or do we break out at the beginning and then just follow this around? Maybe we just do that. If we're gonna just go straight up to that sort of altitude, maybe I should see exactly where this thing is coming through. Probably need to prune that on the way through. That looks like it's slightly too low, because ideally we would be about 1, 2, not there, there. But that does seem kind of excessive. I think I'd rather just be about there. Don't really want to pick up all those trees just at the moment. There we go. Get rid of that lot. And this one can have and on the other side that should work for now. And to complete this one. It's my phone just being silly. Put an alarm on it for no good reason. And I haven't bothered taking it off. They make enough stupid noises as it is that you don't really need, so I really should fix that. This is not going to work for me anymore. Whoops, I just picked up the same thing. Let's put one of those there. That should work now. Strangely enough, I have. Oh no, I am. No, yeah, I've actually switched. I've switched sides of the rail, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. I am wondering if it makes much difference to trains having so few signals along the way for them to have to calculate. Logically, it should make it easier, but you never know. Right, now this unfortunately is going to have to cross one more time. We don't have to do it just immediately though. What we can do is come up here. You should be down there. It didn't take long. By the time I'd stopped fumbling, it was done. That'll do. So yeah, along here we are going to have to cross over. Oops, so that we can do that. And this one is going in that direction. This one is going in that direction. Like so. Now, what do you say? Your RCU3 load, alright. You can go to RCU3 load until inventory full, and then go to silo RCU. Until inventory empty. Let's jump on board. I think we're probably full. We've got 8k. Let's do this trip. Go to automatic, and we will set up a condition for the station to turn off if it doesn't need anything, because there's no point these trains just running backwards and forwards for the hell of it. We're already up to maximum speed. I will probably need a few more signals in here, but not necessarily too many. It does take a while for the RCUs to get built. So let's just put that on manual for the moment. Now, basically the same sort of idea, but if RCU less than 23k, Where's the green wire? Oops, it's here, isn't it? Green wire. Okay, so you can go to there, and if enable, disable, rocket control unit is less than 23,000, set. So it's only enabled if it's less than 23,000. At the moment it is -10. Because whatever is being unloaded is being put down here. So we're going to do this more than once. Let's jump back on board and set it back to automatic. And this time when we go past our plane, I might just jump off. Just wait for the train to go by. Right, that is the rocket control unit. Now, the next thing we need to worry about is the fuel. Rocket fuel. So, what I might do is let it go down the plastic line. I may need to put quite a few signals in just so that we can have some volume of trains coming down here. There won't be that many actual trains, but they are big trains. So I guess that's sort of more the issue. For some reason it's almost impossible to have this thing fly straight. And to stop it. So, I might have to move that. That's definitely the down, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so that's basically what I want, although it doesn't give me a lot of room for these guys. That's going to be the wrong one up there. You're going to have to come back to there. And otherwise that's probably not too bad. So that's this end. That gets it onto the fuel line. So what do we want to do down this other end? Aside from signal, oops. Flying round and round was not the idea, it was supposed to be stopping. Okay. I should probably have this up another level, but never mind. What I could do is have it just come out here. One, two. So the fuel can come along here. There's the rocket control units going through again. Don't go up there. More rocks. This is why we have such a collection at the main base. In spite of our constant burning of the stone to make more rail. I think that's at the right altitude. Beautiful. We are going to have to risk some severe wood overload. For some reason they always go to the least needed. I actually probably could get rid of some of the top there that we don't need to take out so much. Give our wood recycling at main base something to do. There we go, just wait for these stragglers. Can always use this show player robots to make sure that they're all able to return. Before we pack them away. Get rid of it. And back to fast legs. And given the strategy we deployed here, I guess we do basically the same thing. The signals right. That one obviously has to change. This one needs to change. Can't get one in between unless I change this whole thing. It probably doesn't matter that much. The volumes aren't going to be that high. It's not going to be just constant, one after another after another. They're dropping 8,000. They need no, they're dropping 8,000. It might be fairly quick. Whoops. Corner probably leaves something to be desired. And we can run the fuel back up this line, fix up the signals here. Sort this out at the top. There's a plastic, so that's why we need to put some signals along here. But fuel, okay, so which one is the fuel return? It is this third one here. Okay. Right, that probably means the location. Whoops. A lot of these signals is all wrong. To move just ever so slightly. There we go. I don't think I changed the name of this one to Silo Fuel. Silo Fuel. And that means means this one needs to also go to silo fuel. Till inventory empty. And we need to set up a turn the silo fuel station off condition, of course. There we go. Which we'll do now. Same as the others, if rocket fuel is less than 23k, that's when this is on, otherwise it is off. Okay, so that gets our 3 ingredients to the to these guys. It hasn't. Oh, before it starts turning up, it might pay actually to beacon and module this guy out. So let's do that. It's going to need 36 productivity modules, and I don't know how many of the others, but quite a few. I need it to rip all this wood off me, so I've got some room. Whoops, I don't need that. So I've got some room for them all. I guess I can use the modules here, although I kind of want to just turn them off. Not sure how many of those I need. Let's start with that. Give it a little bit of room to make some more. But we do have our module build, but I needed to empty the wood. Straight down. Doesn't look like the fuel has arrived yet. Silo fuel. No, that should be until inventory empty. See if I can get back. No, for some reason it thinks it is blocked. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit more problematic now. Still, that won't take too long to clear. Let's get these modules in place. still got tons of modules. I really didn't think I was going to run out with the number that I brought with me, but you never know. There's certainly a lot of beacons that you surround these things with. And they use a lot of power too. There we go, good. Let's have a look how this situation is resolving itself. It's not... might need to put some level of stacker in up here, just so we don't get this sort of thing happening. How are you going? 77,000. It shouldn't take too much longer. Yeah, it's down this end. When the fuel starts unloading a little bit more, it will clear out this, but we need to redo this as well. But that's not my priority just at the moment. Oh, I think we ended up parking down here, didn't we? What I might just do is throw a few a few signals in here, just so that we don't wait quite so far down. I don't think we need a lot of them, but I'm not even measuring the distance, I'm just sort of putting them on just a few so that, you know, we can get a little bit of train movement. Well, there you go, it must have cleared out now. So it wasn't too bad. And there'll be the fuel train coming back. Finally managed to head in a straight direction. Oh, that's the fuel train coming back. Maybe it was the plastics train. I don't know how close we are. I could probably check it, but just for now that will do. Okay, so that means we now have rockets that can launch, but no satellites for them because we need to finish off the satellite build. And how are we doing for time? We might just about have enough time to do it. Let me just have a look. This is satellites here. I think no, this is the LDS. Satellites are down here. So the thing with satellites is that we need plastic and we need sulfuric acid to be able to get here. In addition to finishing off the requirements here as well. Oh, and that needs more. Oh. Let's see about finishing off. A few of these beacons seem to have missed out on speed modules, and down here as well. See if that's affecting the other side at all. Yeah. Oh, interesting. So, we can probably use this entrance, which is used by the LDS, I want to say, for plastic as well. Where does your plastic come from? Your plastic goes up here. So to do that, we would probably need it to... Yeah, that's kind of getting awkward, isn't it? Plastic, and then have it come down this one, and then it can return on... So I can come down the same one, come across here, and cycle round back onto this one. And then at the top end, that would just need to extend up to the top and then go off. I think that's what we need to do to get the plastic here. Let's see if we can fit one of these first. Okay, not you, you. Your satellite plastic. For the red circuits, speed... Oh, still need to lay a few things, don't we? How far up do they go? Not far enough. Okay. I am basically going to want something like this collection. What's that? I don't need that anymore. This will be the plastic unload. Oh, are we actually... No, we're not out of those. Good, good. I think we have actually fit them all. It's unfortunate. Oh well. I guess we're getting slightly less. No, probably not actually. It's probably exactly the same number of these as we would need if we were using medium poles. Never mind. I have those handy. Not sure if I have the medium poles handy. Guys, I am basically out of time, so we have made good progress. We need radars up there too. In fact, that's not the first time that I've noticed we need the radars up there. That's where the craft is. We don't have power either, so what I might do is... We must have power. I'll put radars on it because I want to be able to see rockets launching, obviously. And look. Pretty sure we will need one at the other end. There we go. Does that actually cover everything? I think it does. And there's our beautiful site of 9 rockets ready to go. They just need their satellites. We'll finish that up next episode and launch the damn things finally. Looking forward to it. See you then, guys. Bye bye for now.